Welcome to Speculations Sunday on a Monday. We got Just Ask Danny in the house. Danny, how are you surviving this rain, my friend? It's
I hate it.
non-stop.
I hate it, but I'm glad we're getting it because then the air will be nice afterward.
Yeah, dude, what is this since Friday or really even Thursday night? I feel since Thursday,
Thursday night, yeah, Thursday night.
continual rain. Is damn. I don't know if hmm. I don't know what happened or not what happened, but like I don't know how to fix it.
Refresh should fix it.
Can you
I think I think a refresh fixed it. Yeah, there it goes.
hit the
And
refresh?
you're for sure on the good Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, we're on the good Wi-Fi. Okay, I heard you say I think a refresh fixed it.
Why is there a bad Wi-Fi?
Well, it's not that it's a bad Wi-Fi. It's just we have like the super like we paid for extra Wi-Fi. Uh, I just wanted better Wi-Fi. I don't know what
Okay.
else to say. Yeah. All right, we can see and hear you. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jess, Sarah. All right, what I was saying, I want to talk about Christmas at Disneyland. The little bit of Christmas we were able to have, it's just been raining every day, so it's really hard to do anything at Disneyland or any theme park in general. But before we get started, are you a fan of the rain, Danny? Like, do you like rainy days at Disneyland? Because you actually went on Friday. Can you just talk about your experience? Like, what is a rainy day like at Disneyland?
A rainy day is generally like pretty okay because you can go on things like Space Mountain. Like Big Thunder is not generally affected unless there's thunder and lightning. Um, there's a lot of indoor attractions that aren't affected, but there are a lot of outdoor attractions that are affected, like Radiator Springs Racers, Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Tea Party. Depending on how windy it is, like Dumbo and Astro Orbiter might be affected, and also sometimes they get shut down just because the safety of getting in and out of those things can be slippery, so they'll just shut it down because of that. Um, so it just kind of it can impact your visit a little bit. Um, the hard part is just staying like dry as far as your like shoes and stuff like that because Disneyland doesn't do a really good job of displacing water, but in all honesty, neither does Magic Kingdom. So, and they get way more rain than we do. So, you just got to be careful where you step. Otherwise, you can ruin your whole day by getting a soaked shoe and sock, and that can just ruin everything. So, but I don't like rainy days at Disneyland, but I know a lot of people do really like them. Um, generally it means you're not going to get a parade. The fireworks won't be canceled even if it's raining, but if it's windy, which generally rain and wind coincide, at least here anyway, then there won't be any fireworks. So that's generally why rain usually means that. Uh, Rain will usually cancel Phantasmic because the performers can't really do anything in the rain, so that's closed. But overall, I feel like it's just it's usually a hamper, on a lot of stuff. So um, I'm happy to it was weird just having so much rain back to back to back to back to back. So
And is it supposed to keep going this week? Like, there's a lot more rain on the horizon.
I think it's just Thursday and Friday.
Oh, so tomorrow no rain?
No, tomorrow will. Oh yeah, tomorrow no rain. Wednesday no rain. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Damn. So we're almost through it. We're almost there. Gosh. Um, let's see. I've been once on a Jersey day. I didn't mind, but the rest of the fam wasn't a fan. One thing Danny told me: when it rains, it don't feel like Christmas. Why didn't it feel like Christmas, Danny?
It was just weird because the first day of the holidays, like everyone wants to do all the Christmas stuff, right? So they can't do the snow in the and that's another thing I forgot to mention. They won't do any sort of snowfall in the rain because the snow is soap, and soap on wet ground just makes it slippery. So they can't do that. So there's no snow moment. A lot of times the rain will short out all the lights, so we see like a tree that's half lit, and some of the garlands lit, some of them not. Some castles icicles lit, some not. So it just made it feel like the opening weekend of holidays was just a bust. Because we couldn't do the first 2 days was completely rained out, so there was no parade, there was no fireworks, there was no characters out on Main Street in front of the tree because they were getting wet, so they were all like going underneath the little awnings, or they were taking pictures inside Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln Theater, stuff like that.
And not even that, at DCA, it's like worse. No bands, no cavalcade, toy drummers, Viva Navidad, whatever the case may be, everything gone. Like this is, I I don't even know what Christmas there is at DCA. I guess you can see the lights at DCA, Cars Land, and the big tree, but that's kind of it. Um, but I want to get into Christmas because we did actually have a chance to celebrate Christmas at Disneyland. That was on Saturday, Sunday. It was on Sunday because it didn't rain for most part of the day. Uh, what are your highlights, Danny? What was the big highlights for you on Sunday where we actually did get to do a lot of stuff?
Yeah, Viva Navidad was obviously a major highlight. Unfortunately, it's only Saturday and Sunday, but if you can make it over there, they've got a decent amount of showings throughout the day, so you can really find one that works for you. So that was definitely a highlight. I feel like even though they are starting to scale back the festivals, including Festival of Holidays, we did see Mondo kind of brought up a good point that I didn't even think about until he said it on his video, which was that all the food that they did include on the booths kind of felt like greatest hits, right? There was very few new items at the booths this year, but it was a lot of the greatest hits that people loved. The brisket slider, the sticky toffee pudding macaroon, the holiday mashup bowl, the Yule log, like all the things people really enjoyed. The grandma's like coffee with the concha in it, like all that stuff. So the tamal was there last year. Like all those things hit really hard, and so they kind of brought back some of the favorites that people haven't had for a while. And I'm glad we didn't get Festival of Mac and Cheese. We had one booth that had mac and cheese, and I avoided it. But it was good in that aspect. I loved that we saw places like Smoke Jumpers Grill be added onto into the whole mix of being able to use your Sip and Savor Pass. That was kind of cool. I still haven't tried that item there, so that'll be something I try on a return trip. But overall, I felt like all the food hits were really good. And I didn't get to try the turkey leg because it's full sized, so that was kind of a bummer. I did feel like if you are a picky eater, and or maybe you have any sort of allergy to something, I don't feel like this is the year to get a Sip and Savor for this. There's some good one-offs like that brisket, the tamale, but like there's a lot of booths. Like there's like a whole booth that's just mac and cheese, so that counts that one out if you didn't want to spend one of your 6 tabs on mac and cheese. Then there's a lot of things that like one of them had a full-size turkey leg, so you can't use your Sip and Savor on that.
Wait. That was true? One of the booths had the turkey leg, but not Sip and Savor?
Yeah, they have the booth that had the
I thought
brisket.
it was a mistake that they didn't list it as like that's a Sip and Savor. Oh my god, that's wild.
No, it's a full-size turkey leg. Yeah,
you can even use your Sip and Savor. That's ridiculous.
So it was just, I felt like there was a lot of items you couldn't use it on. So it was almost like, for sure, do not get more than one Sip and Savor pass. Definitely like split it with people and share it, because you're probably going to want to like double up on items and get just like we picked the 3 top best ones, I think.
Yeah.
And so then they can just like double up and then get 6, and you end up saving money, right, when you do it. But I just don't feel like it's worth getting more than one sip and savor. We'll have to see how Food and Wine Festival pans out, but at least for Festival of Holidays, you could tell they really cut back on a lot. We went from 8 booths to 7 booths, now 6 booths, and then some of the booths didn't even have full sip and savor access. They did add locations like Smoke Jumpers, though, with a sip and savor portion of those Cajun fries, which I want to try. They had the but like some of the places they were listing as having the like sip and savor stuff, it was just the brisket slider. The brisket slider that you and I had, Mondo, they repeated it 3 times. So they had it at the booth that had the booth that had the turkey leg had it, the Hollywood Lounge food truck had it, and the Hollywood Lounge had it. So 3 different locations had the same brisket slider that you could use your sip and savor on. So they really wanted you to use your sip and savor on that brisket slider. But that's the only thing I think that was like a little weird because it just felt really scaled back. So it kind of felt like, you know what it felt like to me? It felt like OG festival, Lunar New Year festival, like the OG version when it was like really tiny and there wasn't a lot of booths. Like that's what it felt like.
Man, my buddy Brian, he sent me this picture. The Cajun fries, Danny, he got them today at Smoke Jumper. That's what they look like.
Looks good. Looks great.
Yeah. He said they were really delicious. But yeah, I just wanted to show that real quick. For me, I tried the same items Danny tried. He let me try some of them and get a little piece of everything. I enjoyed every item that we got from the Sip and Savor Festival of Holiday. It was good. It just, like Danny said earlier, it felt like they just went with what are the items people loved. Those are the only ones we're bringing back. We're not going to test some weird items, and I guess nobody orders them, and we end up with a bunch of supply. It just felt like they went with the lean cut of like, these are the only items that we know people love, and we're just going to bring them back. And I'm fine with that. It was good food. The shocking thing about Festival of Holidays was the tamale. I don't know if they just had a good cook making bomb-ass tamales and just kind of had the good mixture, but it was shockingly very flavorful, a little bit spicy, and it had a lot of meat inside. I was shocked how good the tamale was from Festival of Holiday. I think that's my favorite item of the Festival of Holiday. Everything was great, but the tamale really stood out. And like how Danny was saying about the Sip and Savor, you having 6 items, you're almost kind of inclined of like, I might as well just get 2 items of something instead of like, I gotta try this, I gotta try that, I gotta try it. Like this Sip and Savor Festival Holidays is not like that. You're most likely, if you buy the tabs, you're gonna get 2 of something because there's just not enough items of things that you really want to try. But I'm okay with it. As to me, as long as the food's good, and I think if you bought a Sip and Savor, you're pretty satisfied. I would say you're satisfied because everything was good. Like there was no like disaster item. How much does the Sip and Savor cost again, Danny?
I believe it was $40 with the Magic Key discount,
Dude,
and then 45 without it.
$40 as a Magic Key. That's perfect. Perfect. We have a question from Wing Nike. I went to downtown Disney recently and was just thinking how annoying $20 minimum from one store was. I bought stuff from many stores for a total of way over 20. Will they ever go back to total purchase?
I feel like in my practice with that, Wing Nike, only the Disney locations are really stickler about that. Pretty much every like third-party downtown Disney location, if you buy anything, they're gonna validate it. Like if you go to Wetzel Pretzel and just get a pretzel, they're gonna validate it for you. So.
Wetzel Pretzel validates? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm sorry to hear that, Wing Nike. That's yeah. I guess that's how they're doing it. But listen to Danny. Go buy a pretzel next time. Get it validated. You know, I want to show something you just kind of reminded me of something, and I wanted to bring this up before I forget.
Oh, Jesse Howe says it was 46 for Magic Keytaps. I thought it was 40. I couldn't remember. I
Uh,
bought one. But I don't remember.
46
46.
and probably what, 51 or $50.
Yeah, it was. I know it was like $5 cheaper for Magic Key.
Look at this, Danny. Somebody brought this up to me, and I was like, this is a really good thing to bring up to people. Uh, I know not everybody's a Magic Key holder, so you're buying tickets, but this person told me, like, what's wrong with this? Am I tripping or something? And I was like, what are you talking about? So she told me that if she was to buy single ticket in January, I think it was like January 21st, uh, she wanted to go 2 days. So the 21st and the 22nd, right here. Okay? 104, 104. So if she bought those tickets separately, it would be 208. So if you buy it as a 2 day, if you buy your ticket as a 2 day, I want to go the 21st and the 22nd, your ticket comes out to 335. Right here, look at that. And the only thing I could think of is when you buy a multi-day, I think you just get the highest tier price. That's how it works. That's the only thing I could think of. Is there anything else to it, Danny, or is that what it is?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's like the standard high price. So, yeah, you technically can do it that way, but then you're gonna have to use like a separate ticket each day. And for some people, they don't mind that. But most people just don't want to think about it, so they won't go to the hassle of doing that. But that's way cheaper. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So anybody trying to go 2 days, just buy two separate tickets, save some money. I just want to throw that out there. So somebody pointed that out, and I was like, I really want to bring that up on speculation. All right, let's go to Disneyland Parade. The Disneyland Parade finally kicked off, and guess what? The big float that's like the toy making, all the toys are being made, it wasn't there. I saw on Twitter, people were saying that it's just not even coming this year. What are your thoughts? Like, what have you heard, Danny? I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad because it's the 30th anniversary of the parade this year, so you'd think we'd want every bit of it. Who knows? Maybe it was something like, we saw like some of the floats break down already for Paint the Night. Maybe they had to, kind of Frankenstein some parts from that float to help out Paint the Night so that it could last through the next season. I don't know what it is about Paint the Night, but that thing can't make it. It's just always something breaking on it.
Josh is saying it didn't appear last year either, unfortunately. I don't even remember last year, but yeah, somebody was like very confident that it wasn't coming this year. I'll ask my Instagram. My Instagram always knows everything. I'm really curious is it just gone forever, or they just couldn't get it to work? But Festival of Holidays Parade was great. It is so slow. For the life of me, I just feel a little bored when I watch it. I can't help but feel that. But I get it.
Mickey's Happy Holidays?
No, the fantasy. What is it called?
Oh, Chris, you called it Festival of Holidays Parade.
God, no. The Christmas at Disneyland. What is that called? Fantasy?
The Christmas Fantasy Parade.
Christmas Fantasy Parade. I don't know what it is, but I always feel a little bored when I watch it. I feel like the second half of the parade really wins me over, but man. What were your thoughts on this parade? Because I saw on your Instagram, Danny, you put like, does this parade still hit? And he was talking about 30 years. 30 years of this parade. I can't believe it still works. But
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Danny?
Yeah, they actually, I was looking at my, how do you look at your history? Trying to see. archive. Here we go. I'm trying to see what people said so I can tell you a live look at that. Here we go. So 74% said it still hit. 26% said we need something new. And that was 80 people that voted for that.
So overall, people love it. They don't care.
Yeah.
I just wish we could get a new parade because, I don't know if it was Tokyo or Hong Kong. Somebody just got a brand new Christmas parade, and I was just like blown away. I was like, "Wow, Disney's doing that for Christmas. What about us?" But
Someone commented on my Instagram post about that, saying it still hits only because they're too afraid that 2025 Disney will give us Pixar together better together parade. That's what
yeah, that's true. I could see
they're gonna
that.
give us like little tiny floats with like barely any, compared to all the old floats you've been seeing in these old time parades or like Tokyo parades. Like they were saying they can't expect 2025 Disney to do that same level that the current floats are.
Yeah, because you could even relate that a little bit to Magic Happens. I feel, but
Yeah.
yeah, I still want a parade. I still want like a new parade. Like, what are we gonna? They're gonna go for 50 years with this one too. Maybe they will. Budget cut Disneyland. Uh, for Disneyland, uh, another new thing that happened. I want to get your thoughts on it. Uh, the Tangled statue finally debuted. Uh, we finally got to see it on Sunday because there was no rain for a little while. What were your thoughts on this like new design and new story that got added to the canal boats? What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really liked this edition. There was two different. There was actually kind of a whole section there. So we had a little sign that said Rapunzel's Tower. There was a fun little painting on the bottom of it, like in the painting style that she does. It was playing the music near the tower, and then a little bit further down, they had some wanted posters on some of the rocks behind the tower, kind of leading up to it. And the cast member was telling that story. And then a little bit further down, there's a dock that had the boat with a little lantern. At nighttime, the little lantern's lit up. It's
Hmm.
playing the it's playing the At Last I See the Light song. So there's a bunch of really cool little storytelling there that they only can do at the storybook, storybook land canal boats. That it was. I'm glad to see the tradition was kept alive with them adding more and more to it. So hopefully there's more room for them to add other things.
Yeah, I'm still surprised on the Tangled edition. I'm still surprised, dude. But I feel like this Tangled edition, even though it's a 2025 thing, that thing looks like it's been there 10 years, like in a good way. It just blended in perfectly. It doesn't stand out as like this is something new. They did a great job. This was a really, really good job on this Rapunzel statue. Uh, and one thing that like caught my eye when we were doing Storybook, everything was like Christmas. All the stories for the most part they had like Christmas decorations. Snow White. Uh, what was it? The other one. Was it like going up to Aurora's castle? I think even that stuff had uh, the Big Bad Wolf, Peter Pan area. Like all these different areas had Christmas. I don't know if that's like a normal thing because I don't really write storybook like that. So to me, it was like it felt new. I was like, wow. But Storybook was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that implementation. Um, all right, all right. Anything you want to talk about in specific with Christmas and Disneyland?
The only thing I want to say is what when it comes to like the food offerings, I feel like we saw a lot of really great kind of new items, and then also returning favorites come back. That I feel like I haven't heard anyone say bad things about anything. Right? We saw a lot of things come back, like the pizza and stuff like that, and over at DCA, and then of course the potatoes. came back over at Troubadour Tavern. I just feel like Disney took what you said, right? They were like let's just take all the hitters. So that didn't just apply to festival holidays; that also applied to just the regular food in general. Another big hit over at Troubadour Tavern last time around was the holiday popcorn mix, which was that box of popcorn that had the kind of white chocolate peppermint dusted popcorn with the M&Ms and the pretzel sticks in it. They had that there. The celebration dinner potato and the beef dinner potato, so good. They had a holiday cookie, cold brew over there too. That was awesome. That whole area was really cool. I want to say there was more fun moments there, but this time around, I don't know if we just came at the wrong time or something. But the only thing they were doing was the consistent Santa meet and greet, and then they had two other characters on the opposite side, on the floor area at least, dressed in some sort of Christmas attire that's different from the one on Main Street. And then on the upper flanks, they had random characters meeting. Like sometimes they had Jiminy Cricket. On the other side, they had Geppetto and Pinocchio. I don't know if like maybe Elsa like spawns in there every once in a while. Like that could be something. But I remember it used to snow in there in the past. That didn't happen while we were there. Carolers did come, and that was really cool. But it's a shame if it's only characters. But I think it's still cool. It's still cool to like be eating your Christmas food there, enjoying the carolers, seeing Santa and all that. It's just like a fun little area to be, little Christmas space right there. And you can get the holiday popcorn buckets. They had both variants in there as well, which is was a little bit of a less weight. You don't get it with like popcorn, so if you're dead set on getting it with popcorn, then maybe still wait for it over at one of the popcorn booths. But if you just wanted the bucket, and I think it comes with like some sort of chips or something like that, then you could get it through. Like they had a little cart set up just selling popcorn buckets. That's all they were doing. But that was a really fun area. But I felt like overall, like it was very festive for Christmas, at least on the day that there was no rain, right? So it was a nice, nice to see kind of everything back the way it normally is at Christmas time. So no complaints from me, really, other than the fact that maybe, I wish they wouldn't keep scaling down the festivals every year, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because people aren't going to them. So like maybe there's a reason for it,
And I still don't believe that attendance is only down 1% at Disney. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's like I find it hard to believe all these. But I feel like this year Disneyland Christmas is going to be a success. The amount of crowd there is for the parade, it's really beautiful to see. Just everyone come together and celebrate Christmas. It's awesome. I did have a chance to try the gingerbread cookie, the Mickey gingerbread cookie. I bought 3. I bought 2 to just give away to family. Everybody's loving it. I love the gingerbread cookie. It still hits. I'm talking about the Mickey gingerbread cookie.
We're gonna have to try those other ones before they run out, Moana.
Yeah, I just saw food at Disneyland. Let me see. I'm curious what he said. Food at Disneyland's been he's been on a tear, dude. This is his time to shine. Right here. What did he say? Fresh baked gingerbread cookies available while supplies last. These are the best gingerbread cookies this year. Ever slightly crispy on the outside while being soft and warm on the inside. Lovely gingerbread cookies. They have an optional dip. I find them to be delicious without the dip. They're actually my favorite gingerbread item at Disneyland right now. So that's as high a standard as you could get from food at Disneyland. That is on our list for sure. They look good too.
Yeah, it's definitely more value because the amount of gingerbread in a cookie that you're getting versus the Mickey shaped one, and you're getting it for $7. This is pretty good.
Yeah, because the Mickey gingerbread's at $8, and this one's $7.29, so pretty much like $1 cheaper. So he liked it. He actually tried a couple other things, Danny.
It's that Mickey shaped tax.
The Mickey shaped tax, right here.
Oh, he got the breakfast burrito. Oh, the pozole, we talked about that. That's cool. I like that it comes with chips.
What did he say? This hit the spot on a cold, rainy day that I got it. The best pozole ever? Nah, but it hit the spot and was good for a theme park bowl. 8.3. That's pretty damn good. I'll take that. You know what it is? It didn't. It had no flavor. I already know what it is. It just didn't taste like anything. That's. I think that's what he wanted to say. Uh, and then he also tried this one too, the gingerbread pancakes. What did he say about that? These pancakes were sweet perfection for me. Hit all those gingerbread notes with precision. Wow. Sweet and dessert like, no notes. I didn't care about the price after eating them. 10 out of 10 rating. Dang. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Uh, Lots of good stuff to try. Lots of really good stuff to try. Those gingerbread cookies from Harbor Galley will sell out. They always do. They
They will
always do.
sell out before, they'll probably be sold out before Christmas Day. So
Yeah. Did anybody try the Filipino feast burrito? I have not. I haven't seen anybody try it yet.
it's on the list.
It's that's on
It's
the
on the
list.
list.
It's just you can only do so much with like 5 hours that we had with no rain. uh, Josh, I tried those gingerbread cookies last year with the dip. They were incredible. If you haven't tried them, I recommend. Yeah, that's I gotta try them. Uh, I just there was another thing that happened today, Danny. I just want to bring it up because it's like breaking news in a way, but I don't know how many people care, but I thought this was cool. Chewbacca Life Day Chewbacca debuted. Sadly it was raining for the most part, but he was able to come out and greet people. I don't know how long he stayed out there because it's pretty damn cold. But it's cool to finally see this version, this interpretation of Chewbacca. I kind of wish there was like multiple Wookiees out there with, you know what I mean? At least three. But any thoughts on this, Danny?
I love it. I love that they're paying homage to anything holiday related in Galaxy's Edge. So that was really fun. It was already a viral thing just with the community coming and doing their own kind of get together for it, and then Disney kind of like slowly started to recognize it by making merchandise for it the next year, and then now we have Chewbacca, actually dressed as it. He acknowledged all the people that would come in the past for the Life Day like get together, but this is the first time he's been dressed up as it. So
Yeah. Yeah, the fans that celebrate Life Day that had to have been super cool to see that in person. So super happy for those people. Um, let me see. Let me see.
Jesse Howe is still laughing over Mondo initially calling it Star Wars Earth Day.
Yeah, Earth Day, Life Day, mix-ups. So many things I got to remember. It's crazy. Anything else with Disneyland that you want to talk about? Is there anything we're forgetting?
Not that I could think of. The only thing I want to say is, we'll keep checking on some of the construction that's happening in and around the resort. One thing I want to show in another video when we go back, Mondo, I want to say I don't think that Pixar Place Hotel last year, since it was kind of Pixar Place Hotel was in that weird space where they weren't really open. They were kind of open. They were delayed, just kind of like how the Grand's like forever delayed with its renovation right now. But I want to say I don't remember anyone posting the Christmas decor from Pixar Place Hotel. And when I went to breakfast there on Sunday, the whole hotel had really cool um, Christmas decor and that I had personally never seen. And maybe it was there last year, but I don't remember seeing anyone post it. So I'd love to go over there and with you on a little visit and like check that out and kind of show everyone. They had a tree for like every emotion from Inside Out. They had like all the Incredibles had their own tree, so it was super fun.
The what is it called? They had up characters. They had Doug and Rob, or not Rob. They had up characters at the Pixar Hotel today. I was pretty surprised by that. Is that normal? I guess it's Pixar Hotel, but I thought it was just Bing Bong.
Yeah, it's been Bing Bong and Joe Gardner, but
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Joe
yeah.
Gardner. Yeah, but
So it just seemed like they were really Christmased out. Like I don't remember seeing it like that, but you know, it was cool to see, and the hotel really got super festive. So in a Pixar way, which was kind of fun. And they already changed, like just to show you how like quick they're changing art in the hotel. They already had multiple art changed out with like Elio. So like the
hell yeah,
hotels, like yeah, they already had like the hotel's like wall art like changed out with Elio stuff. So like they're adding as it happens. So they're doing things. So
yeah.
I'm sure it'll change like when Toy Story 5 comes out. They'll put like Toy Story 5 stuff up and stuff like that. So and you know Pixar Putt is still there going strong, which was crazy to
Pixar
see.
Putt still exists. Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Good for them. Obviously, it's working. Uh, we got to talk about the Christmas tree. It had a small fire on Friday, and part of the tree isn't lit up. Once again, they got to get a new Christmas tree for next year. Uh, I don't.
Disneyland's not spending money on any new Christmas tree.
They still running the same parade for 30 years. Um, I feel like this tree not working right here. This is like since 2019. I feel like this is a long time. This thing's been busted for a while. Uh, yeah, Disney ain't spending money. They ain't spending money. How long do you think we've had this tree? Like the current version of the tree. How long have we had it, Danny? Is this like
I want to
time
say
or
I
like
want to say it's very old. I want to say it's almost it's like because I want to say around the 50th anniversary is when we got a new tree because we used to get um, every year the fun part about the tree every year was that Disney had a real tree every year and
wow?
they would always grab a real tree and then sometime around like the 50th in like 2005 they got this fake tree and then we've had it ever since.
So like if I go to 2004, there's a real tree at Disneyland.
Yeah, we had real trees.
Wow, that's pretty freaking cool, dude. I think this is one right here. It's not the best photo, but uh, oh no, that says two Christmas trees at Disneyland were live, fresh cut trees up until 2008.
Yeah, that was 3 years after the 50th. So I knew it was like around that time.
Dang, that's crazy, Danny. I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy. That must be a crazy task to be like, this is the perfect tree to put at Disneyland.
USC Greg said we did have real trees and it smelled so good.
I know. I feel like the pine needle aspect. Uh, that's pretty. That's crazy. I want to look up one more. Hold on. What did the 2000 tree look like? Oh, it's hard to find photos from like year 2000, dude.
Well, there wasn't really like remember Mondo the iPhone came out in 2007. So people either had to have a digital camera or they took a photo and scanned it into their with a scanner.
So it's like it's hard to get those photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There's really not much of Disneyland 2000 like Christmas. Damn, yeah. There's not much. What is this? Let me click this. Look at this, Danny. Year 2000. They had Mickey with a horse. Santa. Got like a mansion behind him. What the heck?
Go to theme park IQ Twitter because
Yeah.
I know that they were there today, and I don't know if they posted. I'm trying to see if anyone posted an update because I posted day one picture of the gingerbread house at the Grand Californian, and then by the end of that day, when I came back, they had already added Scrooge. So my guess is they're adding the characters from Mickey Christmas Carol, since those are the
Mm,
characters that are meeting and greeting at Storytellers. But I was just trying to
yeah.
see if anyone posted a like more recent update.
No, he hasn't posted one. Uh, I do have a video though. Denny, Finding Denny posted the characters. Let me bring up the video. Look at this. So it was today day one because I don't remember seeing any videos or anything yesterday.
I don't remember seeing it either. We gotta look at how cool that is.
Yeah. So and that's only for dinner as storyteller. It's a dinner thing. Minnie looking all beautiful. Look at Mickey. Dude, that Mickey right there is legit. I think Goofy's the best. He's the best. He looks good. I haven't seen any photos of the breakfast. Did Denny go to the breakfast? I'm curious.
NF asked, was the holiday season shorter? When I used to get a fresh tree at home, needles started falling off after a few weeks. With such a long holiday season, an artificial tree makes sense. They, well, I mean, these were huge trees, like big giant trees. So like they would probably die slower, and I'm sure they probably treated it with something too to make it look nicer. Um, so, but yeah, I feel like holiday season was shorter. I feel like we didn't have
It was
as bad
probably
of
just
holiday
December.
seasons.
It's
Yeah.
just December. Now we're like, okay, Halloween's over, Christmas. Literally.
Uh, Real Mouse Media said having the main festival of holiday stage only be in the backlot is so weird. Um, Real Mouse Media also said the challenge trail made so many cuts this year. I'm so upset. No elves, no goofy Santa, and no yearly Christmas cookie decorating. So sad.
I heard about that. I didn't even have a chance to go over there, but the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail is a staple. Like you meet Santa, they got this whole photo op. I heard there's none of that. Did you have a chance to walk over there, Danny, or no?
I didn't. I completely forgot about that place. Like I said, we only tipped the surface when it came to Christmas stuff, so we got to go back and do some more foods. We got to do a lot of things people are asking about. So
Yeah. No, I heard there's no Santa, there's nothing. I don't know if something had to do with the rain and they just didn't set it up, maybe. But yeah, a lot of people were upset about that. It is what it is. Disneyland cutting back tremendously everywhere. And they're probably not going to let up next year. More cutbacks on stuff next year. Uh, like one of the big cutbacks, the Evil Queen and villains and all that. How it was kind of like a season or a all year thing, and then they're like, no, it's going to be seasonal now. That was true. Uh, the Evil Queen has yet to be seen. She's gone. She's gone. We'll see if they bring her back at any other time other than Halloween, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Um, I saw somebody post about. Oh, here it is, Jesse. So sad not to have the Main Street Festival stage at DCA where Fat Cat Swingers would play. They were such a highlight. Saw they're playing in Vegas instead. Um, Not just Fat Cat Swingers, but in general, do you think it's a big miss to not have entertainment right there at World of Color? Or is it just no one's going to care and moving on with their day? How do you feel?
I think it is. I know it's really hard for them to do the transition from the main stage to World of Color. So maybe they just didn't want to deal with that, um, or they don't want to staff that to be able to do that. But I really hope they bring it back for or for Food and Wine Festival. I really hope we don't see the cuts at Food and Wine that we did for Festival of Holidays. It kind of makes sense to me because if you just remember recently, Mondo, like Festival of Holidays just hasn't really hit as hard. Especially, I think the year that they did a mac and cheese is like when we saw a decline. Like I remember I saw the festival guide that year with all the offerings, and I told you I was like, I'm not even doing any of it, and you didn't do any of it really, and and then we kind of I feel like ever since then it kind of dropped off, and it kind of makes sense, right? Like I feel like Christmas, like most people go to Disneyland, they're not like flocking to Disney California Adventure, so hopefully things like Lunar New Year Festival and Food and Wine don't get cutbacks like they have been, although Food and Wine and Lunar New Year both have lost booths over the last couple years. So hopefully that trend didn't continue this year, or isn't going to continue this year.
Yeah. Do you think Lunar New Year is going to get rocked too? Just less booths,
Well,
less.
we've had less booths every year on Lunar New Year, so hopefully I'm
You're
just
going to
hoping
do
we don't
one
go down
booth.
even more
You're going to get one booth for Lunar New Year.
because they already had like five, like already, like just not very many. So I hope it's not like cut down even more.
Oh man, I hope not. Lunar New Year, I feel it's pretty staple, man. I love it. I love what they do with Lunar New Year.
Jesse
Um,
Howe said we had 9 booths in 2022.
yeah, we're just getting rocked, dude. We have six. We have six this year, and very minimal items on the booths. One of the booths is the turkey leg that you can't even use your sip and savor. How stupid! That is stupid. I think that's whack. Um, anything we missed, Danny, that we haven't talked about?
Not that I could think of, no.
All
Oh,
right.
and this year, Mondo, coming up is Chinese New Year, Year of the Horse.
Okay.
So
So who would get
Horse,
highlighted with that? Horace?
Horse collar.
You
I mean,
know, Horace
he
has
already
been
meets at
coming out.
DCA, so
Well, I was gonna say Horace was spotted at Toontown today. At Toontown, for whatever reason, he's over there. Um, all right, let's move on from Disneyland Christmas. We got some big news. We got some first visuals, and they confirmed this is like not a leak or anything. This is just a confirmation from Nintendo themselves. Filming is underway for the live action Legend of Zelda. And we got the first looks. Holy macaroni! And I think they're like filming in New Zealand or something. Like they're just filming on site somewhere like really cool, obviously. How do you feel about this, Danny? First official visuals. You know, there was some leaks that happened, and I feel like they weren't supposed to post this stuff, but the leaks happened, so they just got to move forward.
um, Link and Zelda look amazing. Zelda has like hair, or Zelda Link has hair. I wish I had. um, but they're both really good choices casting for those characters, and I think it'll translate well for sure.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of those like, why didn't they do animated? They're going live action. Uh, do you think there's like a land or attraction, something Zelda? Universal's just licking their chops in the near future.
Yeah, I mean the Zelda music is super iconic. It's just like Mario. It has a huge fan base, so honestly, I feel theme park implementation would be very immersive, very cool, and definitely something that they could do at Epic. And was already kind of teased, right? They had the stained glass window for Zelda in the land. So
There's like multiple Zelda stuff at Epic already in the Super Nintendo world. Uh,
hmm
like I hope it's a land. I hope it's not just an attraction. I hope a land comes for Zelda. Restaurant, bar, all sorts of cool stuff, dude. I wish a show, some stunt show would come. That would be crazy. I don't know where they're going to take this story, but I am super excited. I hope some of this love comes to Hollywood, man. Orlando already got everything. They got Epic. They got more land to build. Like start doing stuff in Hollywood, man. Start doing stuff in Hollywood. Uh, so Zelda wasn't the only live action thing that we got news on today. Uh, we got Moana.
Did Disney pull one of those things where they're like Universal posted this, let's post that kind of thing?
I don't know if they posted like right after or was it at the same. It almost felt like the same time. I was like, "What? There's Moana news?" I don't know who was the one that posted first, but we got our first visuals at Moana. What were your first thoughts on the whole Moana thing, Danny?
To me, it looked frame. To me, it looked frame for frame with the animated movie. Like almost everything was like frame for frame, which I think Disney learned from How to Train Your Dragon. That like people want their live action movies to be frame for frame. If they're gonna have a live action movie, they want the story to be the same that they know and love, the music to be the same they know and love. They just want to see the characters brought to life because they want to see, oh, what will this look like in real life? What they don't want is for them to take their beloved animated movie and story that they know and completely change it and make it something totally different than what it was. And then that's what we've been getting with like Snow White and all
No
these
way.
So like this seems almost frame for frame like the same as the animated movie, which was a huge success for How to Train Your Dragon. So maybe they're taking a page out of Universal's book.
Yeah. I think I posted it. Let me see if I go to my Twitter. Uh, where is it? Oh my gosh, I gotta go all the way up. Right here. Are you ready for Hey Hey? I saw this one post right here of the Disney, this one right here from Orange Bird. uh,
Oh man, that's
my eyes hurt a little looking at that.
That flounder was scary.
Yeah, super scary. I think the Moana it's gonna hit, dude. It's gonna hit big time. You are right though, Danny. This is totally How to Train Your Dragon playbook. We're not trying to tell any other story than the one that's already been told. Like I doubt there's any variants that they like move away from. But the story of Moana, $1 billion. Like I know nobody wants to hear it, but this is probably $1 billion movie. Do you think this creates new fans in a way, or it's just the existing fan base just kind of eating it up? How do you feel about that?
It could create new fans for sure. People that are there's a lot of people that just are like really like anti watching an animated movie. Like
That's true.
there's a lot of people that are like that. So this could get those people to see it because they just feel like it's just not for them. And then on top of that, like kids who grew up watching the movie, maybe are a little older now. They get nostalgic with it when they watch it as a live action movie, which is kind of like what happened to us with at least some of the live action movies like Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast that we got that were really good.
Aladdin. I made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be watching Moana. I I'm just kind of going into it with the same mentality. How to Train Your Dragon. I'm just going to watch the same story, but it's people instead of all animated. It's a green screen now. That's what it is. Uh, where's this? I want I want to get your opinion, Danny. Um, so today was Five Nights at Freddy Day at Popeye Chicken. But all I kept seeing on my story is like they didn't have the box, they didn't have the cup, they didn't even know what I was talking about. how do you how do you feel about like Five Nights at Freddy's just trying to take over the world now, dude?
Popeyes was the weirdest collab I think they could have ever done. I don't know why they chose that. I would have thought they would have gone with like Pizza Hut or something, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the
but
perfect
but
Papa
maybe
John's. I don't know, one of them.
I know maybe they just didn't want to be associated with like a horror movie. I don't know. So, but I saw a lot of people though. They got their boxes and they got like everything how they wanted um, for the meal. So a lot of people were really liking it. The cupcake people were saying was pretty good actually. So
Yeah, I was reading that. A lot of people. This is from Nick. Shout out to Nick. He got the full shebang. That's what it's supposed to look like. Oh man, that is true, Danny. I didn't think of it that way. They don't want to be associated with the horror movie, especially with like kids, like this kid aspect to it.
hmm
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. When I look at this, it doesn't look that good. I never, ever, ever.
I've
Like,
never eaten at Popeyes, so I don't know how good it is.
Dan, you know what sounds good today? After Disneyland, some Popeye. I've never said that. I've never said that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess they got to. Five Nights at Freddy or Popeyes had to have paid a lot of money to get that license, dude. And it's working. All the FNAF kids, they're all buying Popeyes for no reason. A lot of people
Yeah, it's
were
getting
saying,
people in there that wouldn't normally be there.
yeah, they're just like hitting this new fan base. Uh, I feel like the overall vibe was that like people didn't like it for the most part. I don't know. I'm not a Popeyes guy. uh, Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, I want to go. Man, I want to talk Wicked, but I don't because we're almost there. Anything you want to talk about, Danny, that we haven't talked about? Just in general, everything.
Um, there's Arnott's Adventure actually posted some new merchandise that landed at because they're starting to gear up for Merry Farm, right? So
This Friday,
hmm
it's Christmas. One of the best shows ever, Christmas wise, are
hmm
coming to Knott's.
and she also posted the Thanksgiving Mrs. Knott's Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving Day, like what the menu's gonna look like. So
Got a new Spirit jersey. Kind of a weird one this year. What is this? Yeah, there's like 10 pictures right here. This is my first time seeing it. I knew she posted it, but I didn't go through it. That's a cool one. It's like an ornament. I like that. Huh. Everybody's doing stained glass stuff. Horror Nights, now Merry Farm. Yeah, I'm curious. The big question with Knott's these days is that AI? Is that AI? What? Knott's Merry Farm? Some cool stuff in here. I'm not gonna lie. That's clean.
oh,
Very,
oh,
very
yeah,
clean hat. Wow. That design that must have took like 2 minutes. Bloop bloop bloop. PNGs. Moving on. Man, they put that same design on all these things. Sheesh. Ah, here we go. Is that AI? Is that AI? Oh man. I keep forgetting that like Thanksgiving is a thing, Daddy. I'm just all these theme parks are like Christmas. But yeah, Thanksgiving. Uh, how much is it? $72. Have you ever done one of these or know somebody that's done one of these?
No, I've never done. I've always wanted to do either the Knott's one or the Disneyland one, and they always like you have to be booking it the moment they go live because they're gone.
Ah, so it's just sold out. Damn.
Yeah,
Did she provide a date? No. Those that you made reservations when they opened. Reservations look like they're currently full. Damn. So yeah, you're right. It's gone. It's gone. I can't wait for Mary Farm. Mary
are
Farm.
you, you're going on Friday?
That's my goal. Opening day. If it doesn't rain, I don't know. It could rain. The big thing about Knott's. Good thing you mentioned Knott's, Danny, because our Knott's Adventure posted it, and I need to get out there. I need to get my booty out there. This is the new tree. That is the new tree right there. With
What's new about it?
everything. It's just a whole new tree. This new tree will also have like a brand new lighting package. They're gonna do a new lighting ceremony, so I'm assuming just different audio. Uh, I can't wait to see it on Friday. Can't wait to see it on Friday.
If it, Knott's will close in the rain, so just know that.
I can't wait to see it when it doesn't rain. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I got to go to Knott's just to do a regular Knott's day. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to try these things. We'll see how they are.
And Mondo always loves the what do you call it? The snow and glow moment.
Yeah.
First one's at 5:30, and then they do it every hour. And then like last time we tried to do Christmas tree lighting was at 5:15, and then the first snow and glow is like right after that ends, and like you kind of look to the right and you can see it all down like and like we're running over there to try to get to the snow. So
Yeah.
there's better. It's better to watch it on the main street, but when you're watching the tree lighting at the same time, it's kind of hard to do both. So
It's just like you have to run around everywhere real quick.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I can't wait for Mary Farm. If I can, I'm thinking of live streaming whichever Snoopy on Ice we watch. So I'll try to get a good view and live stream it. I don't think I'll live stream like a lot. It's just that show. Uh, but I'm excited. I can't wait
Wanda,
for Knott's.
I wanted you to look at her post though before we leave. Like one of the main things I was trying to call you over there for was Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner has decided to take your advice and bring back some of the giant stuff again.
Mm,
So our good old friend, the big giant chicken sandwich, is back.
yeah, dude.
You liked that thing.
Yeah, what is it called? The Big Bird? I think
Oh,
it's
look at that! Look at that crazy one at the bottom with the biscuit. That's a giant biscuit and gravy. It's like a huge Knott's biscuit, like just a massive biscuit.
what is the thing on top? It's like a turkey sandwich.
It's like a turkey club with but like it looks like carved turkey rather than like lunch meat turkey.
Hey, this sandwich had a sandwich on top. They took it away.
Yeah, it did.
They got a
But that
bread bowl with like a fried chicken on it. It's so
the
random.
the giant biscuit though, that's got my attention. That looks pretty good.
Damn, that's kind of crazy. I can't. I hope somebody does a video on that. I will not be able to do that on Friday. I don't have any intentions of Miss Knott's Chicken Dinner on Friday. I want to do the stuff in the theme park. I want to open up to Q&A. If you guys want to talk about anything that we've missed, post in the comments right now. Let's open it up to Q&A. My friend is the new head of entertainment at Knott's. He went to find the new tree and check out Fingers the ghost piano player in the saloon. All right, all right, all right. Well, I hope your friend who's head of entertainment, if you could send them one message, bring back music, monsters, and mayhem for Scary Farm next year. I know Knott's wanted to be like Boulay Brothers, Boulay Brothers. We don't care. Music, monsters, and mayhem deserves to come back in the theater at the Not Scary Farm next year. That's my opinion. I feel like there's a lot of people that probably feel the same way I do. It's a disaster that it only came 1 year. And they can't be like, oh, it was a 50th thing. Well, what about Chilling Chambers? Just this dying Chilling Chambers that keeps coming back. Ah. Send that message to that person.
Arnott's Adventure says send the message to bring back Beach Blanket Beagle.
Yeah, dude. I have to have a video of, man, that had to have been 2019 era.
You loved the Beach Blanket Beagle show. I remember you went like every time you went.
No, I love Beach. Yeah, it was one of my favorite shows back then, dude. Man, what? Like, it would be hard for me to find a video on that because it's like such a unique thing. Damn, I recorded Hang Time back then. So crazy. I wonder if this video. I did a construction update video back then. I was like, what are we even constructing? Man, I know for a fact I have a vlog or something, a Beach Blanket Beagle. It's been so long. Man. Yeah, bring that show back. But I still say music, monsters, and mayhem, that's the one. That's the one that, like, bring it back for like 5 years at least. We don't need another show. Man, music, monsters, and mayhem. I will bring it up anytime I have a chance. I wish I could try some of those huge foods, but I literally have no friends to go to the theme parks with. You just got to go solo, Josh. Just you and a gigantic sandwich. Boulay Brothers were set before he started. I know. Trust me, I know these things. But whatever. Just be like, Boulay Brothers, you guys are in the Birdcage Theater. Music, Monsters, and Mayhem is coming back. That's what No, you know what? No. Boulay Brothers to the Wagon Camp. And the Hanging, pa fuera. Just, you're done. You're done. Boulay Brothers right there. Open up the theater for Music, Monsters, and Mayhem. That's what I think. Bring the Pogs tournament back. New Year's Eve at Knott's this year for 90s Rock Show. I don't know where I'll be at New Year's. I never know. It won't be Disneyland. My pass don't work. And I will definitely not be buying a ticket. But I don't know. I kind of really enjoy Universal. Man, but Knott's does great fireworks. I don't know. We'll see. It could be raining for all we know again this year. Is Mystery Launch still at Knott's? It's there and just dying, full of dust, just doing nothing. And we know that thing works because they did that stupid Scary Farm show a while back. We know it works. They just don't want to run it. The only thing I could assume, people don't care for that show and they don't want to do it. That's the only thing I could think of. Mondo Danny, do you think if Universal buys Warner Brothers, do you think they might move some sound stages to Warner Brother lot to make more room for theme park side of Universal that can make sense?
Yes, I definitely think that's definitely a part of their plan, right? The Warner Brothers lot is literally right next door. They can move a lot more things over there and keep but there are some historic things in Universal, right, that they probably want to keep. Like, I feel like we don't ever see like the Metro sets go away. I feel like the back lot where the Back to the Future stuff is at. Like I feel like just some of that just won't leave, but it will free up some of the other things. I feel for them to expand into. So
Yeah,
more of the logistical stuff, long
I
term.
want to say something real quick. I follow this guy, incredible person to follow because the whole show business, the whole aspect of movies and TV show and film, just filming. This dude right here, I feel like he's just growing. His name is Producer Patrick. Have you ever come across his account, Danny, or no?
No,
All right, let me introduce you guys. He's been on top of this subject of Warner Brothers. He's like on it. And let me play this video because it involves Comcast. I'll just say Comcast. Look at this.
Brothers being bought by Saudi Arabia is actually starting to take shape. What's most likely going to happen is a partnership between Comcast with the backing of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, meaning Comcast would remain owner as the American entity buying Warner Brothers with Saudi's financial backing. Comcast CEO Brian Roberts traveled to Saudi Arabia last week. He toured Qiddiya, which is Saudi's major entertainment complex that they're building. So clearly there is some type of partnership that's being made between the two of them. This has been reported by the New York Post and by Puck News. So obviously there would be a political firestorm if Saudi Arabia outright bought Warner Brothers, including CNN, DC Comics, and all of Warner's library. Meanwhile, what is most likely going to happen is that Saudi Arabia provides about 30 to 45% of the capital backing to buy Warner Brothers because it is such a massive deal. But what does Saudi Arabia get out of it? Well, they're automatically in the pipeline to Hollywood, meaning that they would be able to get more production invested in Saudi Arabia. They would have franchise rights to IP, to theme parks in Riyadh. So the Saudis would get what they want out of the investment without triggering the global scrutiny that would come with a all-out buyout. And David Zaslav has talked about splitting the company already, and that's where CNN will most likely be spun out from the company and sold off as its own entity. And of course, Zaslav gets his golden parachute, and
Yeah. So Comcast is seeming like they might be the Warner Brother chunk. They might get the chunk of it. Uh, we're in wild times. Like, why is even Warner Brothers for sale? I get the whole debt thing and all that, but like, Warner Brothers on fire this year. It's crazy. This whole Warner Brothers being sold, I feel like is super complicating because there's a lot of gigantic companies that are just trying to fight for these rights and ownership of Warner Brothers. But I hope Comcast is part of that, and from what I read on the whole Warner Brothers thing, it's like they're trying to get it done this year, and we only have about a month and 2 weeks left. So we'll hear something at some point. It's just crazy. All these things are crazy. It's all above my head how things are playing out with that. But I just wanted to show that because this dude, producer Patrick, has been on it like crazy. Going to Disney Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday. Any idea what the crowds would be like? Have you ever gone on one of those days? I feel like I've been there for Thanksgiving. Black Friday, I can't recall. Like it's not like in my memory bank.
My sister and brother-in-law went last year for the Thanksgiving weekend, and they loved it. There was no one there.
So it was good.
Yeah, there's no one there. Most of the passes are blocked. The tickets are really expensive, and so the crowds are just low. So you could be set up for a really fun time.
The Black Friday, I don't know, but on Thanksgiving Day, do they do anything special? My heart says no, but do they do anything special on Thanksgiving Day?
I don't remember. I don't think I've actually been on Thanksgiving Day in a long time.
Does like a random turkey come out? Disneyland Thanksgiving Day. I'm just curious, like if anything pops up. Yeah, they don't do nothing special. They usually do like a Thanksgiving dinner I don't know if it's character dining, but it's at the hotel, Disneyland Hotel, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like $125 or $150. Like it's expensive. But people really love that Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know if you probably signed up for it already, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on episode 4 of Welcome to Derry? So Welcome to Derry just doesn't hold my attention when I watch it. So I just kind of watch highlights. It's a crazy ass show. I don't know if there's any other better way to say it. I'm going to rewatch the most recent episode because I know it really went into lore. So I don't have an opinion right now. One thing I did watch, Daddy doesn't want to watch it, but I watched it. Frankenstein. I haven't finished it, but Frankenstein on Netflix it's pretty crazy. That's like my first reaction is like, whoa, some crazy ass visuals that I almost feel like I wasn't ready for. But I can't wait to finish that. It's going to be exciting. I feel like Frankenstein. I keep when I watch Frankenstein, I'm like, could this come to Horror Nights? I feel like it can. HHN has worked with Netflix many times, so why not bring Frankenstein? It's so perfect. Frankenstein, Horror Nights. It's a weird, different interpretation of Frankenstein, but I think it'd be cool. We got a super chat from Miss Sapphire. Hi, Mondo Danny. I'm trying to convince my friend to go to Knott's Merry Farm this year. What would you say are some of the highlights? Convince her friend, Danny. Convince her. Why should I go to Scary Farm? Why?
Knott's Berry Farm is one of the best events at Knott's. So, it just sheer Christmas atmosphere alone. If you're looking for the holiday atmosphere, maybe you aren't able to decorate at home, or for whatever reason you're just trying to get your holiday fix in. Like, that is what Knott's Merry Farm is all about. It is like when you think of like classic like Hallmark Christmas, that's what like Knott's is. So you're gonna have that like Home for the Holiday show. The Snoopy on Ice show is literally, it's amazing that it's included as part of your admission. The food offerings are great. The lighting, the snow moments, it's just like, it's honestly, it outshines Disney in a lot of ways. And Knott's really only does that for like, Christmas time. So I feel like that's a rare moment, but they do a really, really good job with it. So honestly, can't say enough good things about it.
Knott's Berry Farm has everything you want for Christmas. Snow moments, the music, they have carolers, there's characters, tons of food that are just strictly themed to Christmas. The cool part about Knott's is, like, for the most part, almost everywhere you walk, you just in a Christmas feel. To Camp Snoopy, they're gonna have all lights and lit up. It's really beautiful in there. The one that I'm not sure how they're gonna do Christmas, if they are, is Fiesta Village. But the big highlights are the tree with the lighting ceremony that they do, and Snoopy on Ice. Snoopy on Ice, when you watch it, you're like, my day's over. That's all I need. That's all I needed. Snoopy on Ice is also like 20-30 minute experience. It's pretty long. But you will not be disappointed when you watch Snoopy on Ice. It's so much fun. The Merry Farm is just a very classical Disney, very classical Christmas. It almost feels just like an old Christmas, but in a beautiful way. I can't recommend Merry Farm enough. If you do go to Merry Farm, try to be early to whatever you're trying to do. If it's like the lighting, the Christmas, or they have like birdcage shows, the Snoopy on Ice. Whatever you're doing, be early. That's like the best tip I could give anybody at Merry Farm, because everybody wants to go to Merry Farm. It gets very crowded like every time. And I think with like this looming, it might rain on the weekend or whatever, Friday might be kind of crazy. But whenever you go, be early to whatever you do at Mary Farm. Mary Farm's wonderful. I can't recommend it enough.
Wing Nike says, don't you have to line up like an hour or so for Snoopy on Ice?
That's exactly what the best tip I could give anybody is be early. Whatever you're doing at Mary Farm, be early. And by early, I mean like 30 minutes to an hour. I know that sounds crazy, but if you want a good spot for anything, just be there early. Be there early. Does Knott still do Miss Knott's Christmas waffles? That was my favorite. I don't recall like cool waffles. They might. I haven't heard that though. The new Disneyland ticket that starts January 1st, will crowds be stupid big? Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Especially since not only on top of that, Mondo showed the pricing for that whole month being the cheap ticket, 104.
104. It's so crazy how Disneyland, with reservations in play, they could make January, February, March busy. Just busy. Because they sell cheap tickets. They're unstoppable. Unstoppable. All right, Danny. Closing thoughts, my friend. Closing thoughts.
No, I sent Mondo a video for
yeah.
for a Fortnite at Disneyland. So if you guys play Fortnite, they had we talked about Fortnite actually at D23. It was a huge part of the theme park presentation. Josh Damaro talked about Fortnite and Disneyland integrating, and then also Disney parks in general just coming into it. But I wanted to show this specifically. That, if you pause it right there, Mondo, that is specifically what we all know and have seen in the Esplanade. But the Fortnite version is spinning. It's rotating. And I feel like, let's all go back for a moment to when the 70th first kicked off and this thing first debuted. What was happening in the Esplanade when that was going off? There was music box musics playing in the Esplanade of all classic Disney songs, but played in like a ringing tone of music box music. Well, it makes sense if the giant centerpiece for the Esplanade is a spinning music box. The music would have made sense. And I don't think the Fortnite people just did that randomly. I think they were probably told to do that, because the developers are working on this probably for a long time. And so I want to say our thing in the middle is supposed to be a music box, which would have made sense for the music box music to be playing, but for some reason ours never rotated. So because with it just sitting there, it didn't really make sense as a music box, but with it spinning, it makes sense as a music box.
Like, I wonder if I go on the monorail, I could just see straight down. Like, is there like a motor system that was supposed to have spun it? I'm curious. Yeah, you're right, Danny. There's no way, because they had to have told Fortnite like either 1 or 2 years ago, like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing for the 70th. This is a musical box that spins, because it's going to spin in real life. Because it's so accurate to the real life version. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so why would this one spin and not the real life version? That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, this sounds like a total disaster. It didn't spin. Everybody hated the music. It just sits there.
Well, the music didn't make sense because no one knew why it was happening, right? Disneyland's 70th was this big, huge celebration, and then we're celebrating Disneyland, and then they're just playing this like sleepy time music that didn't make sense as to why it was playing. It would make sense if it was a big wound up music box that was playing that music. That would have been kind of fun, right? It makes gives a reason as to why you're hearing that music, but without any explanation or kind of like no call out, with all the media they had invited and all of the like little pre-made paragraphs they gave to the media to talk about different things. They never once said or called out the fact that the thing in the Esplanade was a music box. And so the music when it was playing perfectly sounds like a music box, but it really just ended up sounding like child's lullaby music because there was no explanation as to why we were getting it. So
I'll never forget. I rope dropped Disneyland one of those beginning days of the 70th, and I asked the security guard. I was like, "Does that music bother you, or it's just not a big deal?" He's like, "Dude, everybody feels like we're being put to sleep, and that's terrible. It's 7 a.m. I need to be wide awake." And I was like, "That does sound like a bad idea. You're putting your security guards to sleep." That. I'm glad we don't have lullaby music. They're just playing bangers. Right after that decision, they played great music. I love the decision. I think it
yeah,
was a good decision. The lullaby, that was terrible, terrible. But celebrate Sleepy. One more thing before we do get out of here, I want to say, not having World of Color Season of Light, absolute terrible decision by Disneyland. Stupid, terrible, horrible. I'm not watching World of Color Happy. I don't even think I'm going to watch it one time during Christmas. I'd rather be at Disneyland doing Christmas stuff than celebrating your 70th. That honestly is underwhelming. Uh, but anything else on your end, Danny, or ready to fire it down?
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, my closing thoughts. I can't wait for Merry Farm to kick off. And then soon enough, Grinchmas will kick off. So we're going to have Christmas everywhere. Six Flags too. But I think Disneyland, once they get the momentum going and there's not a lot of rain, it's going to be a fun time at Disneyland Resort for Christmas, especially with all the bands at DCA. I can't wait to catch them, and I can't wait to make more videos at Disneyland. I didn't get to do a lot of stuff, like tree lightings and the lighting of the castle, the lighting of Small World. There's a lot of stuff I got to do, the fireworks. So I can't wait to be back at Disneyland, and hopefully it's not too cold. Hopefully it's not too cold. World of Color 1 haters real quiet right now. I would have hated World of Color 1 too. If it was during Christmas, I hate that show by itself. But man, World of Color, whoever's the decision maker of World of Color, that person is just bad. It's just bad. Like, you just need to go back to the OG World of Color, the one that everybody loves, with Pocahontas, Little Mermaid, and I think even Pirates is in it. And just really rethink what you're doing with all this modern Disney being thrown into World of Color. It's just not working for some reason. Whoever the hell worked on Wondrous, put them on World of Color. That's the real decision that needs to be made. But thank you guys for watching. Big shout out to Danny. Awesome live stream today. Any content, Danny, on your end that you want to let people know?
Yeah. I'll have a video coming out. I did a video with Mondo and for Christmas in Disneyland as well too. So that'll be up as well, and then we'll be back next week too for hopefully Mondo's. I don't know if I'll have a chance to get to Merry Farm. I'll try my best to get there if I can. Maybe we do another Monday episode and I go on Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see.
For sure. See you there, Knott's Adventure. Thank you guys so much. Smash the like button. Hope you have a wonderful week. Stay warm and safe with all this crazy rain. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay, just as Danny, are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.